Thank you so much for being here this afternoon. I'd like you to please imagine the department store of the future. Not only is it beautifully designed and luxurious, but it also takes the best in digital technology and provides you with recommendations based on your exact consumer preferences. This is what we believe the Sogo of the future can look like. Two of my colleagues and I have lived in Hong Kong for a year. And while we believe that Sogo is the premier retailer in Hong Kong, we see a huge opportunity to integrate more digital technology and use data analytics to benefit customers. I'm Adrian, this is Rebecca, Jesse, and Eva, and we're here today to present our Sogo solution. The key question that we'll be looking to answer is how can Sogo use data and technology to touch every aspect of the customer journey while also creating customer lifetime value? We propose a three-part solution, or what we like to call the Sogo cycle. First, by collecting user data in innovative ways, analyzing that data for the key performance indicators that we believe are important to Sogo, and finally, by pushing out customized recommendations to target Sogo demographics. And at the end of the day, we believe that this plan will establish Sogo as the premier retailer in Hong Kong, as well as driving consumer engagement and revenue growth. Now I'd like to pass it to Eva for our situational analysis.
Sogo is not only a premier shopping destination, but also a place where everyone can enjoy yilau, the feeling of liveliness. Sogo has been able to serve its consumers for over 30 years by maintaining its core values. To understand future growth potential of Sogo, we looked at who Sogo's consumers are. On one hand, there is the local Hong Kong consumer, who visits the store a couple of times a year and seeks convenience in their experience and novelties. On the other hand, there is the mainland Chinese consumer. They visit the store whenever they're in Hong Kong because they know that Sogo offers highest quality products at competitive prices. We also looked at the Sogo Rewards program to understand what drives consumers. Data suggests that loyalty programs not only increase average ticket sizes, but also increase traffic in stores, which brings us to who the Sogo consumers are and what is the environment in which they live in. Hong Kong people are among the most tech-savvy in the world. Their retail consumption is largely driven by data. Trends suggest that prescriptive analytics will not only lead to optimization of loyalty programs, but will also increase the in-store operations. Which brings us to the key question: how can Sogo use data and technology for a lifetime consumer value?
We believe that Sogo can utilize the Sogo CAP cycle to capitalize on the changing digital and technological changes in the retail industry within Hong Kong. So what is the CAP cycle? First step is collect. We believe that Sogo can collect more data by converting its typical shoppers to the Sogo Rewards program through simple and effective means. After collecting more data, as consumers join the Sogo Rewards program, there will be more data to analyze. And we believe this pushes us to the second phase of the Sogo cycle, analyze, in which Sogo can partner with third-party data analytics providers specializing in retail to create curated recommendations for the Sogo Rewards customers. And that pushes us to the third and final part, pushing out these catered recommendations to the Sogo Rewards members in order to drive more foot traffic and improve the financial performance of Sogo and Lifestyle International. So without further ado, let's jump into the first step, collect. Last night, my colleagues and I went to Sogo, and as we were going to each location and checking out, 9 out of 10 of the customer representatives recommended us to the Sogo Rewards program. 90% of the recommendations to the rewards program is a very high percentage. However, we noticed that not all shoppers are part of this rewards program, so we wanted to think of innovative ways in which we can convert the typical shopper to the rewards program. We thought of 3 main ways: utilizing the Wi-Fi, utilizing the Fresh Mart shoppers, and utilizing a referral program to convert shoppers to the rewards members. Let's jump into the first, the Wi-Fi. When we did our company visit at Sogo, I tried to log onto the Wi-Fi as I didn't have a data plan here. First off, thank you for the free Wi-Fi. And second off, I was shocked to find that there was clear advertisements to the Sogo Rewards program, but it didn't require me to create a Sogo Rewards account in order to access this Wi-Fi. We believe that it's a very quick, effective switch to require shoppers to sign up on the membership rewards program to access this Wi-Fi. This can help. It's simple, it's effective, it's high impact, and can help convert shoppers to the Sogo Rewards program. The second recommendation is to utilize the high traffic area of Fresh Mart. Fresh Mart is the highest trafficked area in in all Sogo locations, and so we believe that we can utilize this space to convert the Fresh Mart shoppers to the Sogo Rewards program. When I was working in Hong Kong, every day after work, I would go to the grocery store to pick up a quick dinner. Sometimes it wasn't a quick dinner because there was a long line at the grocery store. We believe that by providing differentiated lines for Sogo Rewards members, we can help convert the typical shoppers in the Fresh Mart to the Sogo Rewards program. And based off the data given in the case, only 30% of the current Fresh Mart shoppers are part of this rewards program. So we believe that by providing differentiated lines and other experiences such as the rewards points and exclusive member discounts, we can help convert the Fresh Mart shoppers to the Sogo Rewards platform. And third and finally, we believe that we can utilize.
So I have a question about recruiting Fresh Mart customers, because
Yes.
for us the main problem is that the ticket is quite low and it's hard for them to reach the target where they can get the cash coupon. So how would you address that concern?
Sure. So for our case, what we were focusing on is gathering the user data from the Fresh Mart. So it wasn't necessarily allowing them to have a higher spend to receive the coupons. And so what we wanted to do was to have them, basically if they get enrolled into the Sogo Rewards program, then Sogo gains the user data from their purchases, and can then potentially recommend them to other floors to spend higher tickets. So what's more beneficial about this is gathering the user data, their demographics, and understanding what they want, so then you could help to cross-sell. As Sogo has many different floors and many different items, you can use the Fresh Mart consumer, who typically only stop at the Fresh Mart, and recommend certain programs later, once we talk about the analyze phase, to then suggest them to other floors to have higher ticket spends. So the third and final part of the collecting user data lies in leveraging the network effects of current users in the loyalty rewards program. We believe that having the current Sogo Rewards members referring friends and family, you can leverage their network effects to gain more users to the rewards program. So essentially the way it would work is having a current rewards member reference their friend or family. Once the friend or family enrolls in this rewards program, they will receive 3,000 bonus points, which is the current standard issue welcome bonus to the rewards platform, as well as the one who referred them to gain the same amount of bonus points. So again, this is leveraging the current network effects of your pre-existing loyalty rewards member programs, or the loyalty rewards members, to add on additional members to the platform. So before moving on, I just want to take a quick pause and explain that data privacy concerns are of utmost importance for lifestyle as well as the customers. So we did cross-check the collect recommendations as well as the future recommendations you will hear with the Data Privacy Ordinance of Hong Kong, as well as the Sogo privacy laws, to ensure that all of the past recommendations and the ones you'll hear in a bit are in compliance with the ordinances. So as we can see, we hope that the KPI from this will be to convert the typical shopper to the loyalty rewards program, but what will the financial impact be to Sogo?
Thanks, Jesse. With a couple of key drivers in our financial analysis, we believe that this recommendation will allow your company to act on insights that have already been from data that's gathered. And this key insight is that there is a higher ticket spend from the member category, in which Sogo members, on average, may spend up to 67% more than the new customer. By pushing customers from the non-member category into the member category, we believe that your company can ensure higher spend through member-exclusive features that will be mentioned later in the presentation. With the collect recommendation, we believe that Sogo can achieve a 26% membership rate by 2023 and an additional annual revenue of 444 million Hong Kong dollars. And after analyzing this financial impact and taking a look at how new user data can be gathered and the current insights from already gathered data, what exactly does your company do with all of this data?
But it doesn't, before we do that, it doesn't really feel like that this section is talking about data collection, right? It feels like it's talking about members acquisition, right? And you assume that once you've acquired the members, you'll be able to collect their data. I think my worry is that, again, with all these people without a data plan like you, who goes to Sogo to buy their dinners, and all these more ticket people from the supermarket, you're really not getting the high quality customers, and you're really not getting the data that you want.
Sure. Adrian, can we please go to the slide on what it looks like to sign on to the membership program? So currently, customers who are not part of the loyalty rewards program, you only get their point of sale data as well as their ticket spend and other items directly from the point of sale. However, when you enroll in the membership registration process, you can get age, demographic, location in Hong Kong if you're a local or a tourist purchaser. So we believe that getting this data as well as the data from the point of sale, combining this after sending this out to the second part, analyzing to the third-party data analytics firm, you can create curated recommendations for the target consumer. And to address your second point about the low spend, it goes back to cross-selling. So Sogo has many different services at the consignment store. And so ideally, once we collect this data, then you can push out a recommendation for something else on a different floor to drive traffic from the Fresh Mart to potentially a luxury good or anywhere else throughout the store.
Yeah, one of the follow-up questions that I have is that, I mean, usually there's a dilemma between the kind of the breadth of data that you try to collect versus the ease or the incentive for people to actually be a member, because the more data that you collect, then the less incentivized are they to actually sign up, right? Because of the things that you have to do, the barriers. So how do you balance that? So how do you balance the kind of data that you will try to collect versus the acquisition of the customer by itself?
Sure. So to understand your question better, how do we make it easier for the customers to sign on to the program? Sure. Yeah. So we actually we tested each other for the amount of time it takes to sign on to the loyalty rewards program, and we have it at around 35 seconds. So one, it's very simple for the consumers to enroll in the program. And the first is the use of Wi-Fi is very important. So we believe that as the stores have around 80,000 consumers who enter the store every day, a portion of these would like to utilize the Wi-Fi. So this is a key service that Hong Kong locals and tourists alike would like to access. So we believe that the Wi-Fi issue will create a positive need or a positive aspect for the consumers to sign up for the loyalty rewards. And secondly, about the Fresh Mart shopping experience, having to wait in line for 5 minutes versus enrolling in a 35-second membership rewards program to go into a new line to save some time, we believe is also a very feasible and high-impact way to drive consumers to enroll in the data collection process.
To add on to Jesse's answer, we believe that once we've gained membership from that user, to further engage them within the app, in our push recommendation, we're pushing out push notifications that have specific curated promotions going on in the store to further engage the user within the app and also with the physical Sogo store.
Yeah, but this oh, sorry, can you? But this still feels very basic in terms of the data that you collect. So how do you convince me that with this data you can achieve the more accurate marketing and recommendation, product recommendations and great stuff like that?
So with our current recommendation of pushing curated content that we'll address in the push phase of our presentation, we believe that this will engage users more on the app, and that'll allow our third-party data analytics firm to take a look at how people are using this app and analyze consumer behavior. So that includes time spent on the app, what they're clicking on within the app. Are they clicking on products or are they clicking on promotions? And which specific products they're clicking on, we believe can further drive the promotions that Sogo plans to do, as well as how to position products within the physical store.
And I think with that question, it's an exciting move to the second step of the process, analyzing, as we've located a third-party data analytics firm which can properly analyze this data to have the highest impact for Lifestyle International.
Before you do, I want to ask, how do you come up with the conclusion or the that you would generate so much additional revenue? What are the assumptions behind it?
Thank you for your question. Adrian, can we please go to the assumption slide for collect? The assumption here is it's a comparison between our recommendation model and the base case model. With the base case model, the revenue grows at a rate in accordance with historical rates, but with our assumption of the recommendation model, we are using the assumption of a higher ticket spend and more customers to drive that additional revenue. So with more members and higher spend within those members, we believe that revenue will be driven. And can we please take a look at the sensitivity analysis? Can you go back? Another slide. And with our sensitivity analysis, we've conducted 2 downside scenarios in which we are only generating 70% of the expected income as well as 50% of the expected income, and are still able to achieve positive NPV through the different drivers as well as relatively low costs of implementation.
As my colleagues have mentioned before, the second step within the Sogo cap cycle is analyze. Sogo already has access to data for its points of sales, as well as the in-store tracking devices and the Sogo Rewards program. The data on users and consumers, on users as well as transactions, is being utilized to look at key performance indicators, and it's applied to marketing efforts through email as well as messages. We believe that there is a huge growth potential for Sogo to utilize data analytics to provide optimal consumer value. Sogo's core competency lies within consumer interactions. We believe that developing an in-house data analytics capabilities is very cost intensive, and that is why we want to propose partnering with a third-party data analytics company, Recombi. Recombi is an artificial intelligence engine that uses content-based algorithms as well as collaborative filtering to analyze the data in real time and provide consumers with targeted recommendations. We believe that it will not only enhance the consumer experience within the app, but will help Sogo gain more data through the behavior analytics of Recombi. Furthermore, we believe it will help other stakeholders benefit from increased sales as well as higher in-store traffic. But how can Sogo utilize the analyzed data to provide maximum consumer experience?
The third and final step of our proposal is to push individualized recommendations to customers based on their known consumer preferences that we've analyzed through Recombi. There are 3 target segments that we want to look at when conducting this push recommendation. First, the rewards program members at large. Second, Hong Kong locals. And third, mainland Chinese residents. For all Sogo Rewards members, we propose that in the app, in addition to being able to browse products as they would in store, they also receive a specifically curated set of products that are recommended for their exact consumer needs. This will expose them to new brands, allow them to explore popular products in store, and encourage them to buy products that they're more likely to use in their lifestyle. This plays off of the need for Hong Kong consumers to have a great shopping experience, but also they are extremely time sensitive, so we want them to be able to do this all in-app. In addition, for local shoppers, we propose the 4-step Sogo Select process, which is a perfect marriage between the best of e-commerce and Sogo's retail experience. First, individuals can explore inventory online, just as they would in store, and look at that curated list as I mentioned. Then they can schedule an appointment in store to come into our Sogo Select Lounge, which I'll describe in a moment. This is an exclusive lifestyle facility where Sogo members can relax and enjoy the best of the Sogo experience. And finally, after coming to the lounge, they can purchase products through the app. So not only is this a seamless marriage between e-commerce and retail, it's also convenient and experiential. This solves 2 key problems that we noticed when we were shopping in Sogo. First, there isn't a lot of space for customers to sit and relax and enjoy the Sogo department store experience. We believe a lounge with a consortium of services will offer them the opportunity to browse more products in the beauty, accessories, and apparel space, and will also give them an opportunity to explore the other services offered. In addition, when we were shopping yesterday, I received a paper handwritten sales memo. We believe that through offering payment in-app, we can have Sogo completely digitalize the payment process, reducing customer friction and encouraging them to purchase more products.
Have you thought about which space you would use? Because as you know, the space is quite precious to us,
Yes.
and you need to replace this lounge with the expected money that we make from that space.
Yes, so under our space analysis, we propose first beginning with a small area of the 16th floor in the Sogo department stores, which is a known event space, and will have a small area for the lounge. And then as the program expands, if customers enjoy this, we could also explore some of the lower floors, which are known to possibly be renovated or changed in the future. So there's the opportunity to explore different space potential, but we propose the 16th floor to start with. In addition, if this were not possible in the existing stores, we would propose the HKICC facility in the future, which has square footage that has not been decided upon yet. So it's a very, very flexible program that would allow Sogo to work with the space that it currently has and will have in the future.
So this launch thing available to all members, or are there specific criteria? Because we're talking about 500,000 right now,
Yes.
and very more likely to be more than 1 million in the future, right?
Yes, so we wanted to take a very conservative approach at the start because we don't know what the adoption rates will be for the Sogo Lounge, but we do predict that with the local members, they will begin to adopt this program and love coming in to enjoy Sogo's services, which would mean that in the future, Sogo could entertain the idea of scaling up the membership requirements, so a certain amount of spend or a certain amount of visits to Sogo per year that would allow members to access the lounge facilities. Can we go back, please?
And to add on a little bit about the HKICC facility, it's a little bit of a, I remember we were speaking, and it's a little bit of a chicken and egg situation, as the location on HKICC is going to be in a new area of Hong Kong near the new territories, and it's a little bit uncertain whether or not Sogo will bring customers, or if Sogo has to create attractions to drive more customers from the new territories region. So again, we believe that the Sogo Select Lounge can be this pull factor to drive consumers to come to the new HKICC facility.
Going back to the lounge slide, it's that bridge to e-commerce between retail and online experience that will build upon Sogo's existing click and collect strategy that's been extremely successful in appliance, Fresh Mart, and beauty. So it's furthering this into apparel. But we don't want to ignore the mainland Chinese consumer. As we know, retail trends are showing that more and more Chinese consumers are coming to Hong Kong to enjoy the shopping experience, sometimes just for a single day. And so for them, we propose the Sogo VIP experience. There are already 2 extremely successful promotions throughout the year, VIP Week and Sogo Thankful Week, which are huge revenue drivers for the company. But if Sogo expands its promotional calendar to include other enjoyable mainland Chinese holidays, we can push out personalized promotion and sale recommendations to Sogo customers based on their known consumer preferences. So this would be an example of something that a family would enjoy, would receive advertisements for Children's Day, or in the example of Chinese Valentine's Day, we could push certain products and sales to customers. Through the Sogo Select and Sogo VIP experience, we're hoping not only to retain and build loyalty among existing customers and members, but also move them into that 5th advocacy stage, where they go back home and refer their friends and family to have an outstanding Sogo experience. And it takes us right back to the first step of our cycle, the collect phase, where we can get more creative data. What does the financial impact of the loyalty program look like?
Thanks, Adrian. Taking a look at some key drivers behind our financial analysis, we believe that Sogo Push will use curated content to push customers into stores, creating more foot traffic. Then, Select and VIP programs act as a facilitator to increase transaction volume. This acts as a mechanism by which the consumers can act on their curated content and purchase in store, or perhaps on the app. Lastly, we believe that Sogo Select and VIP encourage loyalty throughout the customer journey. And by achieving higher KPIs, we believe that your company can achieve an additional 830 million Hong Kong dollars just from Push. But what does the overall financial impact look like? With an initial net investment of 90 million Hong Kong dollars with very similar costs in subsequent years, we believe that these 3 recommendations will have a net present value of 7.5 billion Hong Kong dollars, impacting your revenue at a CAGR of 9%. And now that we've analyzed financial impact as well as the impact on the consumer, what exactly does the future of Sogo look like with a data-driven cycle?
We believe that Sogo can capitalize on the changing digital and technological changes in the retail landscape by utilizing the Sogo CAP cycle. This will first solidify Sogo in the future as We'll maintain Sogo's position as the leading retailer in Hong Kong. Second, lock in long-term consumer values. And third and finally, continue to foster and promote the feeling of Yilao, or liveliness, within the current stores and the future locations in Kai Tak. So with that, we're happy to answer any more questions regarding the Sogo cap cycle.
Maybe not a question on cap, but in your analysis of the two stores, the demographics and locations, and with the Kai Tak to open, any recommendation you would give to the company how to approach this enlarged market, taking advantage of it or whatever? Thank you.
Yeah, sure. So currently, the TST location has around 65% of tourists make up from the PRC region, and Causeway Bay having a majority of Hong Kong local spend. The Kai Tak, again, is very dependent upon the chicken and egg situation, and we believe that the Sogo Select Lounge can help drive consumers there.
To add on to that, we see this as an incredible opportunity for Sogo to get more creative with space and new customer experience offerings. So because there's a new department store that will be completely untouched, the floor plan hasn't been decided yet, there's an opportunity to beta test more creative digital solutions and see if they would be worth expanding to the more highly trafficked Causeway Bay and TST stores. So this we see as a huge opportunity for Sogo to explore new retail technology.
Yes, the technology slide, the digital solutions. So we have looked at what digital solutions within the stores can help drive consumers across different locations. And we believe that it's very valuable to utilize the resources Sogo already has. There are a lot of digital screens within the store and as well as outside of the store. And data analytics through our third-party partner, Recombi, will allow Sogo to provide customized data to consumers, and we'll be able to use the analyzed data to provide more in-depth digital solutions within the store on the digital screens. We also believe that in medium run, Sogo can utilize artificial augmented reality product promotion to encourage further traffic throughout the stores. We believe that there is a huge opportunity to use that technology to increase the traffic through the store through the promotional efforts, because the Sogo Rewards app could also have the augmented reality aspect to it. By going through the store, consumers would be able to see where the promotions within the store are and would be prompted to go into that area, exploring more things within the store. We believe that these digital solutions within the store are also more feasible than some other cost-heavy solutions, such as the augmented reality mirror. We believe that cost-heavy solutions that increase the infrastructure investments, such as the augmented reality mirror, not only increase the costs to Sogo, but they also take away from Sogo's core competency, which is consumer interactions. Having things like augmented reality mirrors in the store could also create conflicts with the vendors, as it would increase the selection process, which vendors would be displayed within the mirror. And that is why we believe that some key technologies, such as the digital screens within stores, as well as the AR app promotional efforts, will help Sogo position itself in the future.
It all sounds very easy, right? There is space for the lounge on the 16th floor, I think, and you just outsource the data analytics to someone else. So what do you see as implementation challenges?
We do see several risks and mitigations with the strategies. The first being consumer risk, consumer adoption risk. How will consumers respond to these efforts? We believe that with the emphasis on curation and customization, this really plays to the Hong Kong mindset of convenience and functionality. Furthermore, with that seamless customer enrollment process that Jesse mentioned, we believe that it is very practical for consumers to log on and become members of the app. Furthermore, we believe that government risk is extremely important to consider, especially with data privacy concerns and how the Hong Kong consumer thinks about data privacy. But with the Sogo technology development process in accordance with not only the data loss that Jesse mentioned, but also with quarterly check-ins with Recumbi, we believe that Sogo can be completely compliant as well as drive value for consumers.
Furthermore, we have a mechanism at each stage of the Sogo cycle to tell us if this plan is going well. First, in the collect phase, whether or not customers are converting from simple store customers into the membership program. Second, for the analyze phase and the push phase, whether our pushed recommendations are converting customers to purchase the products that we recommend for them. And finally, whether this is creating a higher spend value for specific customers and they're spending more time in stores. So at each of these phases, we could address whether or not the plan is working in accordance with what we've proposed.
And to further add on to that, we believe that our recommendations are highly
Time is
feasible.
up.
Thank you.